Hello. Can you see me well, guys, or can you see me again like all? I don't know why I feel like there's some kind of mist. Like it looks very like weird looking, the screen. Maybe it's because it's really cold. It has been freezing, like 2 Celsius today. Morning, in the morning. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's that it makes the place very. Tell me if you can see correctly without the. I don't know. It just looks funny. It looks as if I would have like a lot of. Yeah, now like yeah, there's an instance lighting up, but without it, it was already looking cloudy. So I don't know. I think is the cold. I think that is the cold. Fine. Is it better now? Hello. Does it look better now? Maybe it was my camera, but it looked a bit weird, and I know that I'm lighting up the I have an incense here, but it just looked very weird. Yeah. I Google cancer ideas to recommend. I didn't know anybody other than San, Taemin, and Sonu. Yeah. Yeah, but San, I do have him in here. Taeyeon is in the military, and Sonu, I could ask him. I know some engines. How is it pronounced? The fandom of Enhypen, because I did set engine, and is it correctly, or am I saying nonsense? Like, am I speaking nonsense? You correct me, guys, if I'm mispronouncing the name of the fandom. Is it engine? Today is going to be like a lot of smoke because I have my mate here because it's super cold. It's super cold here, guys. So I will have my mate that also, there's a lot of fumes. They have the hot water in here. So yeah, I'm prepared. So if you see a lot of smoke, it's the incense first and then it's a mate because it's freezing here, guys. And I wanted to turn on my portable AC, and it's super noisy. It's so noisy. I don't know if you will be able to hear me properly without hearing that thing in the background. I will have to try it at some point, but I don't know why. It's just so weird. This thing is so weird because we turned it on and it was like on cold. You know, it was like throwing like cold. It was on cold on like summer mode, so it throw like cold breeze. And in then it was super chill. Like it didn't make any weird engine sound. It was just very calm. But then I turned it on to heat, to the warm breeze, and all of a sudden it started making weird noises, super loud. So I was like, oh my god! Like, yeah, it's working, but it's super noisy. It's so noisy. I will have to try it at some point. Changwook. Who is he from, Samara? Yeah, I'm adding actors as well. Yeah, I'm adding actors. Hello, Parvati. No, yeah, I understood, Akira. I understood. It's not a request. You were somehow like thinking about cancer artists, and you named the people that you saw on that list. But it helps me, like it's inspiration because I do have people, but it's not that many. But yeah. But I cannot see it now. I'm saying it right. Thank you, Samara. The rest I didn't know them, and they were mostly girls. Yeah. Hello, Hope. Oh my god. The wind is so crazy today, guys. Again. So you know how I feel about very like windy days. And now that I'm here, probably next time I am going to turn on the live stream, you're going to see my bed because I'm going to get my bed up here. Because we do have to make some remodelation, some work where I have my bed, where I have the bedroom. So I have to move my bed upstairs to do it because we have to take out the floors and we have to paint the walls again because of humidity and fix a lot of things, the ceiling probably. So yeah, I'm going to take this place and I'm going to get my bed here. So yeah, you will not be able to enjoy the floor like the floor, you're not going to be able to see it. Is Taemin zodiac sign Cancer? Yes, he is Parvati and he is in the list. Cancer season after Gemini season feels so wrong. Yeah, it's going to take a bit actually for us to get used to the combination. Yeah. He is an actor who was in Suspicious Partners, The Words of Evil, and K2. I think I know who he is. His name sounds super familiar. I think I read for him last year. I think I read for him. I think I know who he is. I know we talked about him in a live stream, Samara. So probably I know who he is, and I read for him. But it was when the community was really small and the live stream were mostly about the 5 of us. And it was us just talking about cancer men. But in this case, I remember he's super handsome. Like, he's beautiful. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, we can pull cards for him. I like him. I mean, I see his name and I like his energy. I know there's something about me liking him. Like I think that he has a good vibe. Mm. Yeah, Taemin is super young. Sometimes I forget. Yeah, I also think that maybe he's in his. Well, he is about to enter 30. About he's just. It's just that a lot of things had happened to Taemin, and we had seen it. Like somehow we had seen him grow. So I think that that's why we think like, oh, he must be older. Mm. Ah, it was actually a couple months ago. He knew it. Oh, I'm still surprised how Sam let him go without any drama. Exactly, Parvati. I'm curious about him, and I'm curious about Exodio because I'm sure SM didn't make it easy for neither of them. So I wonder what's their strategy to not. If there's something going on, we don't know it. Or they don't say anything about it. Oh, guys, I'm so invested in this Korean tarot reading. I was going to say in these Korean dating shows that I'm ranting on the movies and series chat of Discord. I'm ranting with whoever wants to join the conversation, um, because like I'm just so I don't know how to express it. First of all, I'm annoyed at the tarot readers. I cannot believe they bring people like this. But at the same time, I think that um, like it shows when probably you are not that, like it's not about being prepared, but I think that you have unsolved issues or unsolved or pendant issues, and you grab a tarot deck and like is chaotic, because there's no way I would be in a dating show pulling cards. I could read for others. If someone asked me of the group, I would be like, yeah, do you want me to pull some cards? I will pull some cards. But to make a circus of being pulling cards all day, oh, because I love reading cards. Oh, I love reading cards. No. You think that you owning a tarot deck or you having a tarot deck, it gives you some control. This is a control freak. Someone that is like, oh no, I cannot go a day without pulling cards because I'm always pulling cards. I love to know. But you know, sometimes maybe you just have to experience relating to people instead of being pulling cards. Or maybe being better at flirting. I don't know. Because if the pretty shaman is pulling all the guys, it's not just because she's pretty. It's also because she's super likable. She's so fresh. Her personality is not, she's present. She's laughing with them. She's communicating with them. But the other ones just have no personality. No personality. I'm just so annoyed. But I think that people like them exist everywhere, like all the time. All the time. It's just that I didn't think that I was going to be able to see it on a dating show. I know in the dating shows, of course, there's a script, probably there's drama. But I'm like, how come there's no drama between the shamans? Like between their entities or their deities or their spirits or the people with the coins. Why is there drama with the tarot readers? Like I just think that that that's a level of immaturity that is so sad. It's so sad to watch. It's so sad. And also me as a woman, I'm like, you are not going to get like any good opportunity in love if you just don't open up yourself to meet the guys actually. Like, besides of you actually pulling someone of the options initially before they got to know each other. It's like, okay, I pull cards and I know that this guy with this date or this animal is the one. Okay, whatever. Let it go. Like, pull the cards and let it go. And then go and live the experience of getting to know these people instead of obsessing about the future. If you're not working towards the future, towards a positive result, or building positive rapport with someone, like I don't know, just having a very comfortable conversation. Like, they don't have social skills. Like, I was like, oh my God, none of these girls are attractive. Like, not in physical sense. They are not personality, like in their personality or the way. The only one that has some kind of humor and is much more desirable because of this is the pretty shaman. The other girls, and probably the one that also reads Sahu and she paints. The Sahu reader that paints. She also is super cool. But the other two just give me anxiety. Give me anxiety and pick me vibes. Like I feel like, oh, you're not like, I can sort of see, like when I saw this in the second episode, there's this guy that he's really attractive, Jaewon. There's this guy that he goes with one of the Hanas. And the girl was interrupting him the whole time. He was talking, he's a slow talker. He talks slow, probably. But she was interrupting him in the whole conversation. So I'm like, I understand you maybe are nervous. I get it. But, you can show that you're nervous and you can be cute, actually. Since over there they love cute things, like, soften a bit your character. Don't center the whole conversation talking about yourself. Like, be a bit much more receptive, be much more present, be a better listener. And I just think like he was super nice. He didn't say anything wrong about the date or her. But I was like, oh, this was so awkward. This was so awkward. I was like, no, these two are no match. And if they are, based on the predictions that they did when they had to choose the animals or their dates, I think that they should work a lot on themselves, especially the girls. Because there's, like, you are hiding behind your tarot cards, thinking that you can control what's going to happen, but if you don't participate, if you don't engage, this is a dating show. Get competitive, yeah, because you also, you have other people also. You can expect the guys to choose someone else, not you. You're not going to be the main character always because there's always other people. But it's like, okay, what do you have to offer? What is it? Why would someone pick you? What is your best personality trait? Besides saying, oh, I'm really good at my job. Yeah, I'm the best. Reading the future. So what? What do we do with that in the intimate sense? What, like, I don't know, but it's super interesting. I have to watch it of how passionate you sound about it. Yeah, when I like something, I'm like this. I'm dissecting every part. And it's driving me nuts that it's super slow. But it only has, I believe, 6 episodes, so it's not going to be that long. It's not going to be that long. It's not going to be that long. I don't know if I want to put the light here, but it just shines so much on my face. I'm trying to find the right here. Is it better like this? Because this is covering it. Dating shows pisses me off. Yeah, Samara, same. For me, it's the same. It pisses me off. But since this has like this spiritual vibe, and I'm also super curious about shamanism in Korea, the way, how is it, because I have no idea. Also these Sahu readers, I have no idea. I know about Chinese zodiac, but I don't know about the calculation system that they have. It's super interesting as well. But yeah, they're super annoying. Like, and I still haven't been able to judge the guys. Like, I cannot say much about the guys because they're showing much the drama between the girls. So I cannot say that, oh, I think this about the guys. But definitely the girls are bringing the drama. But I don't know, there's something about them that I just feel like a woman, I feel like, ooh, you know, you maybe, there, you know, you are going to end up alone. You're going home alone. I'm telling you, I don't need to pull cards for that. I think that you don't know how to flirt. You don't know how to communicate. You are so awkward. Like, you know, focus on yourself. Like, be a woman of value. Don't be a desperate person. And yeah, I'm not a fan of dating shows neither. I know a lot of people watches, they watch the Love is Blind. I tried a season when they just started and I couldn't continue. Like, I don't know. I don't know. There's something that I was like, I cannot keep watching this. I find people in those super losers no matter what the concept. But a shaman dating show sounds interesting. Reminds me of when you said you don't need tarot for Exactly, guys, exactly. It's like, you know, and from what I noticed, because I was curious, when everyone was referring about this dating show about the shamans, you know, the fortune tellers, like the shamans, and you know, being a tarot reader is very different from being a shaman, because a shaman is like someone that is like, they have a deity, they have a spirit, they have something that they sort of channel the energy of that spirit. They get possessed. So it's not the same as being a tarot reader. It's not the same. These are two. But from what I've seen, one of the girls that sort of can explain why when she shuffles the cards, she does like this. She does the cards like this, and always the ones that jumps out, she grabs them, which annoys me so much. I'm like, why are you throwing the cards like this? I know nowadays everyone can shuffle the way they want to. Even back in the days when I was new at this and I started shuffling, there were people that they were like, wow, you shuffle super fast. Like, wow. You know, like I know there's people, my teachers, like they were older people. They used to shuffle very consciously, you know, very slow. But I was like, no, really fast. But nevertheless, like it's very rare for me to get jumping cards because I know I'm trying to follow and I don't get jumping cards. But of course that when you do this, you're going to get jumping cards. And this woman, one of these Hannahs, or Johanna, the younger one, I guess, she calls herself like a spiritual tarot counselor. So I think that she's sort of channeling a spirit, and what she does is that she takes the cards as a message from that deity or from that spirit. And I guess that sort of makes sense why sometimes some Korean tarot readers, for me, they don't make sense of what they're reading. I'm like, what are you reading? Because the card that you just pulled doesn't make sense. And she said like she's spiritual. So maybe, it has to do that she's channeling something, and the cards that jump out, it's the message that she's supposed to deliver. But the way she treats the cards, like she's like this and the cards are jumping and it's like, oh, that's the card. For me, it's so messy. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think that like I'm being super like, I'm not being careful about the deck, They were in a room, in a dressing room, and she was pulling the cards like we were talking with Hope. She was pulling cards on the bed. She was pulling cards. There was like a sort of dresser. She was throwing the cards in there, and she was like throwing, like the cards would chop out, and she was like, oh, grabbing the cards like this. Oh no, the death card. Oh, it's over. Why do you treat the cards like this? Like, why? Like, I don't get it. I know there's people, I've seen people even in my country do that, and I'm like, you definitely don't care. Like, it's not just about the value of like this, I would say the spiritual value, like you taking care of the cards, but also it shows you that they damage the cards a lot as well. I don't know, maybe because, I come from a period where there wasn't that many tarot decks available, so you had to be very careful with the cards, to not get them dirty, to not get them like, with some corners just being broken. They would get broken, they would get messed up eventually, but it's because of the use. It's not the same as like, oh yeah, I sort of have this deck that is super old and I don't like it, so I'm going to get it destroyed. Like, no. I watched the first 2 seasons of Love is Blind and watched the Japanese version, and that pissed me off too. But yeah, I think that also, like what Danya says, some of them don't have personality. And they are the first ones that start crying when things don't go their way. And in there is when I get super annoyed. Like, why are you crying? Like, have some self-respect. It's not that I don't want to say you're on TV because it sounds old, but we are watching you. It's going to get recorded, and everyone is going to replay the scene when you're crying like a baby. Like, these are women that they are not like 19, they... On Possessed Law, I hope the little Hannah didn't lose all her confidence. I'm surprised because from what I've seen of her birth date, she is an Aries. She's an Aries woman. But I'm surprised. She did say that in that Sahu, signs that they have, that she possesses a lot of water, like water placements would be. So it sort of would make sense that she's a bit sensitive. But just seeing her, if you notice, Hope, in the first episode when they are all seated, like meeting each other for the first time, remember that Jewon, this guy, Jewon, he said to her something very weird about like, oh, do you see yourself crying in this show? And he nailed it because she was the first one to break down and cry. So I don't know. I could be very disappointed but if I know that I'm like there's cameras around me, there's no way I'm going to cry. Like if something really serious, it will have to pass for me to cry. Maybe, feeling betrayed, but I will have to fight before before crying. I would have to be like, okay, I will put the effort if I like this person, and if they reject me, okay, then, yeah, you can cry because you can be like, oh, I wanted that person and they don't want anything to do with me. I feel sad. Great. We get it. Um, but I like, no. Like they just started. Oh, no, 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 no. I just, I'd rather be single forever than recurring to a dating show. I feel like if you don't make it naturally, it's not going to happen on a show either. And also, I was reflecting about this. I did watch Singles Inferno, and you know that a lot of them are sort of influencers. Like, it's not that these people were chosen because, oh, they're good at their job. They probably were chosen for the looks as well. You know how Korean are. So there, it definitely it does make sense why there's a lot of parts in the first episodes that they show the pretty shaman. They show her more, or they show more her story, her life story with shamanism. They show her more than the others. Like there's not much a scene talking about the others and their journey through their divination tools or through their how they came across working of this. Is more like the pretty shaman. Um, but But yeah, definitely, I think that it's very interesting the differences. Like I said, shamanism is one thing. It's like you have to devote your life, your whole body, like everything, to live that lifestyle. You have to devote this to this spirituality. But being a tarot reader is like, there's people that they do it for a while. Maybe they discover like, oh, I'm really good at this. I'm going to start reading for people and charge. And then they are like, oh, no, I don't believe in cards anymore, and they put the cards away. I know people like this. They are like, oh, no, I don't believe in cards anymore. Oh, no, I couldn't connect with the cards anymore. Okay, bye. I know people that they had a tarot reader phase. Those are the people that I call uh, the aesthetic tarot readers, that they do it more to get the attention of what being the tarot reader of the group or of the community. It sort of boosts their confidence because they're like, oh, since I know how to read the cards, I have people that are looking for me and they are requesting my services, and I feel needed, and I love the feeling of them coming to me to ask me questions to the tarot. So I'm giving readings to everyone. It's very different from what I always felt about the tarot. For me, the tarot, there was the first years I would have like my own tarot deck hidden in a drawer, and I would just use it on myself. Not very often, but maybe I would pull once a year for a friend that friend was going through something, and they were like, oh, I want to ask this. And it was a very serious question. But for me, for a lot of years, I tried to keep it hidden. Like I didn't want people to know because I was like, I don't want to make this public, because for me it was like my special moment with the cards. It is super special what I have. This is why I don't have a tarot deck in my bag whenever I go, because I know people are like, did you bring the cards? Can you read for me? And I'm like, I'm here to have fun, to have some drinks, to spend an evening with you. Like, if you want a tarot reading, you can contact me just like the way everyone does, and I will select a moment, in a professional setting where I will read for you. But if I'm going to see you because we have a special bond, we are friends, we are family, and you just want me to pull the tarot cards. It's like, do you really want to see me or do you want the tarot reading? It's a very toxic, it can be toxic both ways because, like I said, people that probably they need validation or they want to feel needed, they usually, sometimes they turn to this and they're like, oh, I read this. And they're like, oh, because like this, I'm going to get more friends or, I'm going to be more of use of others, for others. And I think that that's not going to last. That's not going to last because probably people are going to take advantage of you. That's another thing, because, people are selfish. They just want to know what they want to know and then they discard you. So this is why I keep my practice very private. And maybe the thing that I do here with you guys about K-pop, for me, it's a way of having fun, doing something that I find it funny also. I find it entertaining because I'm also a K-pop fan, so I like it. But it's my way to be like, okay, let's make tarot, less serious and more like let's have fun and see what messages we get, but always with a structure, always like knowing or letting people know that my time values, that I am not a clown. I'm not here to entertain your fantasies. I'm a real tarot reader. So, what I see is what I see. And what I say is what I say. Like, do not get confused. I don't play. I don't play when I pull my cards. This is not a game for me. Here we have Acapulco Shore. Remember Acapulco Shore? Wow. Yeah, like get some game. Is it harder to be an okay partner than getting on a show? Singles Inferno is nothing compared to the show and elementary schoolers watch it. Do you remember 12 Corazones? Yeah, I do. I used to love that. But I always found, like, I remember 12 Corazones, but I used to find the fashion of those days. And also the guys, they were so unattractive. And the girls were also so different. Like, I don't know. It was so weird. But it was fun. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. That there was an astrologer. I remember she used to give them a sort of feedback before they get together, and it was super fun. LMAO, I didn't even know my sign, and I was rooting for Aries. Call my such older because I was rooting for Aries because she's one. We were all rooting for Aries. Aries was like one of the signs that was super interesting, the contestants. Yeah, for me, the Capricorn ones were so boring. And they would never be picked. The Capricorn women, they would never be picked. So yeah, it sort of, it makes sense because they are so serious about it. Acapulco Shore participants are literally huge celebrities. They are everywhere for being in that show. Wow, really? I remember, I was like, wow, why do they drink so much? Like Laguna Beach. Remember the other day I was talking about Laguna Beach. I was rewatching some episodes and I was like, these kids were really drunk. But yeah, Acapulco Shore was another. Oh, but we had those MTV days. Oh, the reality shows. I remember there was like a sort of documentary episodes, the True Life episodes. Remember that one? Wow. I still cannot forget about the girl. I will not be able to say it here because, but she had some eating disorders. I don't know if you guys remember this episode, but she would try to make to have a diet, but then she would have these periods where she would get super hungry, and she, of course, she would hide to eat compulsively, and then she would puke on this giant container, and she would sort of store this container. I don't know if she had it in her closet or what. I was like, I was her age as well, and I swear when I saw that, I was like, it changed my whole perception of this disease, because of this condition, because I always thought like, oh, that about eating disorders, like it's just the skinny people, or the people that just they want to stay super skinny. I actually had a cousin that she lost a lot of weight. She would stop eating. She would refuse to eat just to lose weight. And it was really hard to convince her to eat properly, because she was so afraid of getting, getting fat. But I never seen that that level of I hide this, or this is how I do it. I remember I was really young. I believe I was 14 when I saw this, and I couldn't believe that there's people that do this, that go through this and do this. So this is when I always wondered about diets and everything, but I also wonder about how sometimes people look normal on the outside, but on the inside they have a lot of hidden things that probably we have these stereotypes of like, oh no, yeah, this is how an addiction looks like, or this is how this mental health looks like. No. But if you had the chance to, like in this documentary, like they were following this girl and she was talking about her experience, and I was like, I swear I never heard someone talking about this. And for the first time I was like, oh my God, like this is serious. This is not about like, oh yeah, I'm trying to lose weight, so I'm going on a diet. The secrecy, the lying. Yeah, me too, Hope. I'm hooked to the show because I'm like, and also I like the guys. I like the guys. I think that they are very mature. I sort of also want them to get a bit much more proactive, because thank God we have an ATEEZ among all of them, because that I think that is the Magne. The Magne is the ATEEZ Park Hul. But I cannot wait for him to get out of the I'm shy phase and for him to take over, for him to be like, okay, I like this person, I want to get to know this person. So, yeah, let the game start, guys, let the game start. Like, this is a competition. This is a competition. Stop, like fooling around. Like, just go and seduce someone. Like, please, like, move. The Exorcist. The Exorcist. Yeah, to be honest, people do drink that much. Yeah. Ah, I remember Maneli. Yeah, they weren't. They also didn't have any kind of appeal, personality-wise. The men were awful. Empty, empty here, empty. My cousin was the first contact I had to astrology. She would scream Aries when the lady on the morning show was giving the horoscope. Next thing, I spent years thinking I was a Virgo. He's so cute. He's so cute, Parky Chul. He's so cute. I just like him. There's something about him that I think that he's so cute. He's my type. Him and Jaewon. Jaewon also because remember that they had to choose the dates accordingly to the pictures, the 4 pictures. That the pictures would show like what their life is about. And one of the pictures had 2 cats. So I was like, as a cat lady that I am, I would definitely choose the guy that will have cats. Definitely. Jaewon is cool. Jaewon is super cool. And look. While we were talking about Jaewon, look. This card came up, the lovers. The famous lovers card that everyone talks about as is love. When you get the lovers card, it's love. And it's super funny that a small Joanna or Hannah, that she got the lovers card. And she was like, well, I chosen this card because, you know, it's a major arcana about relationships, or maybe she orientated the feeling of the lovers as like, oh, this is so fitting because I'm in a dating show, you know, and the lovers came up. So yeah, I'm going to have a special connection with this person. For me, I think that it's a very simplistic and not so accurate way of seeing the lovers. And this is not the first time that I see people attributing the lovers as a love card. Actually, the lovers, it talks about a choice. It's a Gemini card. It's about 2 options. You have to choose. And it's also about duality. It's about being ambiguous. It's like, yeah, you will have to choose in that show. Probably you will have 2 options. But it's not like, oh, it's my favorite partner. And because I got the lovers, it means that we're going to be together forever. No. And I think that this is what is going on. Hey, Vanis Pro. And I think that this is exactly what is happening to Hannah. What is happening to Hannah is that she's going through the duality of the lovers. That is like confusion, ambiguity. It's a Gemini card. So it's like, you know, you think that that person is like the one, but what about if you, in this dating show, you start feeling the doubt of, oh, initially I thought that he was the one, but maybe during the show I'm going to meet someone else, or I'm going to end up with someone else. And also, the lovers, for me, it shows the ambiguity of her own character. She will probably have to make a decision, choose between 2 people. Or she's probably entering this show with this indecision of not knowing what to choose. The lovers is not endgame. The lovers is like the path, the journey that you have to transit once you make your mind. And there's people that they do get the lovers and they don't make their minds ever. It's like the person that just keeps you hanging, keeps you close, just in case, just in case. Sometimes they call you, sometimes they talk to you, sometimes they don't, sometimes they run away, sometimes they reappear. So it's the duality of the lovers. The lovers is not, I am capable of giving you love. The lovers is like the archetype of the player. It's like, I can be seducing, I can be attractive. This could be an attractive possibility for you. It could be more than one, and you will get confused. So stop romanticizing the lovers, because you have to see that in the lovers, there's 3 people present. 4 people with Cupid. Not in this one, but if you have the traditional Rider-Waite, not the Rider-Waite, I believe it's the Marseille cards. You have a person, another one, and in the middle there's one. And then you have Cupid, that you have Cupid with the arrow and he's pointing at someone. But you don't know who they're going to point. That means that that love can be one-sided. One falls in love first, or one gets attracted to the other person first, but you don't know. So I think that people, just when people start like, oh, the lovers is love, I'm like, you don't know how to retard. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's not like that. And also you have to see the cards. You have to pull the card to see what the lovers is talking about. Individually, it doesn't represent love. Yeah, the lovers is not the best for relationships. No. It's a Gemini card. It's like I'm talking to you and I'm talking to the other and I'm seeing. I'm sort of watching what's available and I'm reviewing my options. I'm not. Hey, Nina. Yeah, reading energy on the show is chaotic to begin with. Yeah, I remember when I was really young, I went on a single date with a guy. I don't remember. I think he was a tarot reader, but I don't know what maybe other thing he would do spiritually, because he was super punk. Like he had this punk aura, this emo vibe, always wearing black. I don't know if he was a Scorpio, I believe. I went on a single date with him. He was super nice, like a gentleman, everything. I think that we spent in a cafe, we spent like 2 hours talking. Those 2 hours, I would be yawning all the time. I would be yawning. I couldn't even look at him in the eye, that I would be like, all the time. And he would laugh about this, and he would be like, oh, maybe I'm boring, that you're yawning a lot. That means I'm being boring to you, or I may sound boring to you. You are getting bored of me. And I was like, oh, no, not at all. Not at all. It's just that I'm a bit tired. I didn't get much sleep last night. But no, I remember I had that. I remember I had that need to yawn all the time. And it was like compulsively. It was compulsively. I couldn't stop. So maybe he had something. Maybe like energetically he had something, because it never happened to me. Like I was a bit even like embarrassed, because I wouldn't be able to stop. You know, as if, you know, when you get like hiccups and it bothers you. Well, for me it was yawning. Like, I thought you were going to say he was a Gemini and we would get into Gemini slander. No. Yeah. But yeah, I imagine that probably if I had to participate in a show where there's people, because this is what I'm getting, like, me as a tarot reader, I can absorb other people's energy, like, because I'm working with people, or I'm working with their desires, their hopes, their illusions, their heartbreaks sometimes. So I can grab that into my own energy field. That's why I always sage. But maybe I wouldn't be able to compare myself to what the channelers or the people that sometimes they incorporate spirits, or they call upon their deities, and they get the message like this. I wouldn't be able to compare my practice with their practice, because they have to empty themselves, concentrate, and so the entity can take over, or the deity can take over them and work through them. So this is, I was like it sort of makes sense why you're not going to see a shaman going crazy like with a spirit in the show, because they don't do that all the time. They have a place they have their place, they have a sort of ritual to start the channeling, and not like a tarot reader that they can pull out of their bag the tarot and it's like, here, I have it. But I think honestly, I think that the show should have banned the tarot deck. They shouldn't have the girls have the tarot deck. No. Because you see the drama. Like, you think that you know it all. Oh no, look, this card. Oh no, this card. Like, come on, it's not that hard. Like, just look at the interactions and you're going to see that it's really difficult for these people to connect. You don't need to pull cards for that. You guys suck at connecting with people romantically. It's like, it's not that hard. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Open up. Talk to others. And that's it. Okay. Oh, is there a new setting, Kira? Hey, guys. Thank you, Akira. You're always so fast, super fast. Okay, I'm going to start because... But I love this show because it gives me the opportunity to, since we are in this community that we all love K-pop, K-dramas, and I was like, okay, we could maybe, go into the Korean dating shows, I remember I read for some singles Inferno. I should pull cards for them, for the cast. It's just that I don't know how to make it. Maybe after the first episode airs next week, then I can put all the contestants and I don't know, read for one of them or some of them. Just one card for each. It will be interesting. I love it. I love it. Yes, the shaman show. Because I want to read for them, but I need them. I need their names. I don't remember their names right now. And I know there's people watching. I know. Usually there's people that are from Indonesia. This is why I'm getting so annoyed because I don't understand. Like I don't understand Indonesian, so I have to translate it, their comments, because they make the best clips and, and they talk a lot in the comment section between themselves, like among themselves, but I don't understand. And there's not an English comment in there. So, but they do have the tea. I'm sure they're all watching. Oh, yeah, I heard something about siblings romance, but I don't know what is it. It sounds weird, siblings romance. What is it? Okay, I'm going to start, guys. I'm going to start with this reading that I had pendant from last Wednesday, that it was the friendship reading. I actually got confused and I didn't read them, like I forgot. I forgot. Okay, it's for IU and her friendship with Kim Soohyun. I believe Kim Soohyun is the actor of Queen of Tears. Okay, IU, Kim Soohyun. They really like each other. Did they work before? Because they really like each other. And there's something about them working together in the future again. Kim Soohyun with IU and Kim Soohyun. Yeah, they got the Two of Cups partnership. They could be working together. Okay, from IU's perspective about Kim Soohyun, we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Three of Pentacles, and the Empress. So yeah, I think that IU is so generous. Like I don't know, I think that she has like great and very prosperous ideas. Like the way she collaborates with other artists, I don't know, she's just so prosperous, so abundant, that everything that she does as collaboration is like a sort of she's a lucky charm for the person that she collaborates with. It's like she gives them luck and more opportunities later. So yeah, and also she has a lot of ideas. She's super abundant in ideas. From his side, from Kim Soohyun, we have the Two of Swords, the Four of Wands, and then we have the Knight of Wands. So I think that, yeah, definitely she is like super generous with him. There's something about her wanting to work with him. I like it because her energy seems very active, very proactive. When she likes someone, she's like, okay, I want to work with you. Can we do it? So she doesn't waste no time. She's not passive at all. And she's also a great professional. She's a great team worker, I would say, which is very interesting because she's a soloist. But somehow she gives me the vibes that she knows how to work with others while remaining her individualistic self. So, and she's super, super prosperous. She's super prosperous. Like, I just love her energy. And and from his side, I see that he's like, maybe he receives the news, and at first he's a bit like, should we do this? Really? I don't know. I'm not sure. But then eventually he's like, okay, I will join. I will do it. I will do it. I think that he's a bit shy. He's a bit shy. There's something about him, like also admiring her very much, but probably he waits for her to make the move or for her to ask him something because I see him very cautious, like, oh, I don't know, like, I don't want to be that invasive, so I wait for you to invite me. I wait for your invitation instead. He's super polite, super polite. But yeah, the Two of Cups, partnership. There's something going on, guys. I don't know if they are going to work together, if there's something, if there's a new K-drama, if there's an MB, he's invited to her MB, or I don't know. I think that this is super, super fitting for a partnership. There's a lot of movement in here. More like, oh, what do you think about this person? Is more like, I'm going to work with this person. So yeah, then you will see. You know, it's like they are very much, they could work together. Kim Soohyun is a quirky introvert. Kim Soohyun is a quirky introvert, sort of. Yeah, he's very respectful. He's like, you know, I'm going to let the lady decide. Something like this. Something like this. Yeah. But he's also like oh, he's also very like he's like, okay, yeah, we'll do it. Where? Oh my God. Thank God this chair is close to the floor, but oh. Me fighting with the cards. I tried, guys. I tried. I like this vibe. What? So late. I googled Manelik, and she's a Cap. Really? She's a Capricorn? Oh no. For people like her, it's because people don't like us. But I always tell you guys, like Capricorn women, usually they're not the most liked in the zodiac. I think that close to Leo women, we Capricorn women, we are the most hated in the zodiac. People don't like us. People don't like us. But yeah, we sort of make an impact. We make an impact. But people hate on Virgo. Yeah, but not so much. I think that I see a lot of it's just that Capricorn women, they do come off as just very too ambitious sometimes, you know, too ambitious or too self-centered or too, you know, so we tend to be, you know, like the bad guy of someone's of someone's story. But yeah. Joe is a Libra. He's so unlikable. Yeah, remember, they are the older version of Angela Aguilar and Christian Nodal. Oh, no. Like, no, Capricorn and Libra, no. I remember someone told me once, you should date a Libra. And I was like, no. I was like, no. Yeah, a lot of people love Aquariuses. I don't know. No one has nothing negative to say about Aquariuses. Probably that Aquarius is not a sign that you're like, okay, I can rely on this person, especially as partners and as in a male, like a male version, I would say. They're not like, wow, he's super dependable partner. But they're so cool. Like, you know, the most admire, for example, like pop artists or rock stars, the rock stars, they all are Aquariuses. Wasn't James Dean an Aquarius? So, you know, the it girl, the it boy, of like the rebellious and unique person in their of their times, there always has to be an Aquarius in there, or someone with a strong Aquarius placement. So they do it better than no one. When it comes to being a star, when it comes to being like the icon, being an icon, is Aquarius. Always, always. For intimate relationships, I wouldn't be able to say it. But for like external, like you're like, oh, this is a star. That's a star. It's an Aquarius person. Yeah, the people that have issues with Aquarius, like, they really have to check themselves. Because Aquarius people, just like for me, they are the nicest. Like, it's just that they have their own way of living. Just, you don't have to, like, you cannot change them. This is the thing. Once you accept that they will always have this individuality and that you cannot push them to be whatever you want them to be, you begin to admire them. And also, they are so inspirational. They are so inspirational. I don't know if it's because they are the sister sign of Leo, but when it comes to creativity, like, go and ask an Aquarius to give you a feedback about like whatever that you're trying to make or whatever a vision that you need. Go and ask an Aquarius, and they will open your mind like this. Also, people that have Uranus in the first house, also very creative, very creative. Just that you cannot tame them. You cannot tame them. They will not do what you want them to do. No, never. Never. They are not like this. We will defend Aquarius people here till the end. Yeah, the people on the internet are just awful. They just like, I sort of understand Gemini placements, but Aquarius, no. But yeah, I don't know, maybe, you know, since I'm a millennial, I don't know, maybe my perception, it has to do with my era and the people I met that are Aquariuses. But probably for the other generations, they have their own perceptions. I don't know. Like, it changes, you know, like, oh, now we're going to hate on this sign, something like this, you know. So maybe, yeah, maybe there's people talking. But they should thank Aquarius that we have the internet. We are able to communicate worldwide because of Aquarius season. Yeah, they're super authentic. Mm-hmm. And here I am beefing with Sagittarius. Oh. Okay, I'm going to continue to read for the Cancer people today. I'm going to start with Minho, the actor, Minho. This man is such a loner, Minho. Yeah, Minho is such a loner, or at least his energy feels like this. We start with the Eight of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit, the Six of Swords, and the Five of Swords. And then from the other deck, I pulled the card of the Eight of Wands, action. So yeah, definitely like this year is going to have action, but I think that he's such a homebody. Like I don't know, I think that he's in this process where he's so inside reflecting on himself and his choices. I think that even though he's working and I see that he has things to do this year or things to finish and accomplish, but I think that he's not in the mood to socialize. Maybe he will limit his connections with co-stars, or maybe even if he has to give interviews, he will do some. But I think that there's something about he keeping things to himself. You know, we start with the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Cups. So there's something about him. He recently, probably last year, he walked away. He sort of finished a relationship with something or a meaningful connection with someone. It could be also a fallout with some friends, but I don't know why I feel like he finally stopped insisting on someone from the past. You know, this is him being very Cancer, and probably, you know, him having like pendant issues or feelings towards someone from his past, like an ex. And you know, with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like he finally probably is realizing that you know, he was left all alone feeling the way he was feeling towards this person, and maybe he wasn't reciprocated. And like he's like, okay, I get it now. I guess I have to move on. You know, the Wheel of Fortune is like, come on, get out of your shell, like get out of this very pessimistic mood. You have things to do, you know, you're so wanted, you know, there's a lot of potential for you. Maybe it has to do with relationships. I think that he's not in the mood to be associated to anyone in this year. There's something about him, like probably having, I don't know, maybe people could ship him with someone new, and him actually not being available. I feel his energy very cold, very detached. Like him, of course, being professional, showing up and being amazing, but I feel like he's in this very introspective mode of like, yeah, I just do my job and I go home, or I don't share with others. Like I'm not feeling that festive, you know, like that excited. I want to go out and meet new people. No, I see that he just wants to remain silent, you know, silent. There's something about him he wants some answers. I think that he's reviewing his choices from the past, and he's like, why am I like this? Why do I do this? Why do I do this? Why do I feel stuck in this? Why can't I move on? Yeah, also the Hermit, it's a very lonely and introspective and just very individual journey. I think that if this is about relationships or his own pattern of behavior that he has when he's in relationships, he's like thinking like, okay, like why am I like this? What is going on with me? Why do I act like this? You know, him not being like, oh, because it's the other person's fault. No, maybe a few years ago he was blaming the person. Now he's not. He's just looking at himself and being like, I guess it's a me problem. I have to fix it. Yeah, we have the six of swords and the five of swords. So I see that he could want to move on. He probably wants to move on. He probably wants to advance, like keep advancing. He will when it comes to his job, probably. But also I see that there could be some talk on the internet, or there could be some news about him, or just about the work that he's doing, and him getting some backlash. Maybe people not being that 100%, you know, like happy with what he does, and they criticizing him a bit, and him having to defend himself. Like I don't see him defending himself, but I think that it's annoying. It's going to annoy his ear. It's like, really, are you talking about me? Like Like, I'm still working, I'm still showing up, I'm a professional, and you're talking about me, and you're criticizing me. There's a hostile, a lot of hostility towards him. I don't know if people on the internet are going to criticize him, but it feels so negative. It feels like people just being so nasty on the internet. Just picking on things about him that they don't like. Oh, you used to be like this. Oh no, you shouldn't be like this. Just people on the internet, guys. Just people on the internet. But yeah, he will try to advance, but it's not going to be like a smooth transition, I would say. Maybe it could be his projects that people are not excited about his projects. Yeah, the star card, the star card. Maybe people are like sort of questioning his star quality, or maybe people are questioning like, okay, why are you famous still? Or, oh, you are such a star, but we don't like what you're doing. Or you think that you're a star and we don't think that anymore. Like, people just don't want to see him shine. Does anyone know the name of the name of the movie or the project that he's going to launch this year? But yeah, here the Eight of Wands. So probably this year is going to pass by very fast for him. But let's see this. Is it a show or is it a series or is it a movie? I need to think about it. Yeah, again, the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands again, he got. Yeah, I mean, like, he got the Eight of Wands. Could it be that this project is going to launch very soon? Like, there's a lot of fast news about this new project, movie, series that he has. Maybe there's going to be like a trailer or something like this. But like there's going to be new material. People are going to see it, and maybe that's the criticism. But yeah, he's going to work. Like, he's working. He has been working. But yeah, maybe there's some, like, people are not so sure about it. They are not so sure about this. But it's going to, like, you're going to hear about it very soon. Probably a trailer or something like that, or just some pictures. Yeah, just, I don't know, maybe people have like preconceptions about him and what they want of him as an artist, and they are not being super nice or supportive about it, definitely. But he's not listening to them. Okay, I'm going to continue with ATEEZ. I'm going to continue with ATEEZ. A lot of eights today. I don't know why. I see a lot of eights. Okay, for Sun. For Sun, we have the Eight of Swords, Nine of Wands, the Lovers, Three of Wands, Ace of Swords, and we have the Magician, Creation. Yeah, it's very interesting for Sun. I think that this man is very tired. Like he's like mentally he's super overwhelmed. I don't know why. I feel like he's super overwhelmed with everything that he has to do physically. We know he is like a dance machine. Definitely, he puts his body to a lot of pressure, I would say. But he probably worries about his body from time to time. In the middle, we have the Lovers. Like this is like a Gemini card, and he's a Gemini moon. So I think that this year probably is a year where I think that he's advancing in life. He's making decisions. He's definitely like being offered things. He's been offered opportunities, individual opportunities. And somehow he's like deciding on them. He's like, yeah, I will do it. Yeah, I will do it. But there's something about his energy, probably like there's something with communication. So I wonder if he has to work on his communication. I think that he probably is better at expressing how he feels or emotions when it comes to talking about himself and everything. He prefers to show it with his body. So I think that he struggles probably. I don't know why I feel like he's anxious. He has anxiety. And for him to move his body or to perform is a way to release that anxiety. But with the Lovers and the Three of Wands, I think that he's been requested to work individually. I don't know if it's as part of a commentary, him being part of a panel of commenters or an MC, or where he has to talk. He has to talk about himself, expand, like have an opinion. And I think that for him it's going to be very challenging. We have the Ace of Swords as the last card, so definitely he knows that he has to work on his social skills. I don't know if maybe for him to be seated in a specific place for hours and just like listening and talking and reflecting. And I think that for him it's like, I also have to connect with my truth, and I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this, because I think that there's something about Sun just being very honest, like maybe too honest for an idol. So, or maybe he has strong opinions about certain things. So I think that he's been like proposed. There was like a proposition for him to work individually somewhere, and he has a script, but also he has to be spontaneous about it. So I think that for him it's like, yeah, I have to talk, but at the same time I have to restrict myself. I cannot say that much, or I have to watch out for what I say. And somehow thinking about this makes me feel anxious, because what if I say something wrong? He said he wanted to be a panelist on one of those days. So I can see it. I mean, he can pull it off, definitely. We have the last card is the Magician. That is creation. And also the Magician is a Gemini card as well. So I think that he probably will start feeling the doubts. He will start like, really? I think that he is emotionally, he's not that stable. I think that he probably has mood swings. But, you know, when you are in front of a camera, he has to, probably he relies on others. He relies on like the other members help him either to learn his lines, or they're like, okay, concentrate. Okay, like I will say this, I will cover for us. So you do something funny or say something funny here and there, but I will do the talking. So he's like in his own world. He's like, okay, yeah, because I trust you, I trust my people, and you know, we will be okay. But in this case, I think that he goes alone. Like there's other people, but when it comes to as a representation of a member of ATEEZ, it's him alone. So he's like, this is a lot of mind work. I have to study a lot for this. But it could be the beginning of something very prosperous, and actually him owning his own voice and his own mindset, the way he transmits his opinions can be actually very appealing, and he can be successful. It's just that there's something about him stopping himself from talking. He's like, I better do not say anything. Or I don't know, maybe this is part of his role in the group, that they're like, you know, we will do the talking and you just have to stay here and not. You know? So he's like, okay, because the other guys talk, I don't have to talk. So he's super confident, like, okay, I know my role in here. I don't talk. I only show up when I have to dance and I have to show my body. That's where I show up. That's where I'm at my best. But when I have to talk, I don't know. I don't know if they will receive it very well, what I say. But I think that this is a preconception that he has, or maybe in the past he was involved in something where he said something not so fortunate, maybe, or people took it out of context. I don't know. So he has that sort of anxiety of like, what if they judge me? But I don't see people judging him. I see that he can start developing new skills, and him recognizing that he has a lot of power in his voice, and that actually he's super charming when he speaks his mind. It's just that he has been limited to, no, don't talk, just dance. Okay, I'm going to continue with Taemin. Again, a lot of eights. A lot of eights. I'm seeing a lot of eights, guys. What is going on? And Taemin got a lot of cards because they got stuck together and I have to take it. He had six cards, but a lot of eights. A lot of eights. Very nice. A 10, not another 8, but a 10. Look, for Taemin, we start with the 8 of Swords, the King of Wands, the King of Swords, the Tower in reverse, the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Wands. So a lot of 8s. What is going on with these 8s? And we have finally the 10 of Cups, that it says fulfillment. So a lot of people in here, I would say. I think that the king of swords in the middle is him, definitely, is his own energy, is him being in control of everything that is going on around him. But I think that he had some issues with someone. He had some discussions with someone. I think that there's someone that he works with that somehow restricted his creativity. Either he has like a CEO or a boss that is super bossy. He has someone that or it could be someone that is older than him that is sort of lecturing him and being like, you cannot do that, you cannot do that, or like, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that, like, don't do that, like, don't. But here again we have the king of swords in the middle. So I think that for Taemin this year is all about him probably being super sharp with people and probably shocking a lot of people with the way he communicates. Or probably with, I think that he had an argument with someone. It could be like another older brother, or it could be like a CEO, like someone sort of telling him, oh no, you shouldn't do that, because, like, let's play it safe, let's not go there, let's stay in the popular or in what we know. And I think that Taemin is somehow like he's getting rid of all the limitations, and he's like, like, I want to do what I want to do, and this is my vision, and this is what I want to create. Nothing more, nothing less. Like, very straightforward, very sharp. Like, he is not in here to make any friends. He's not in here to ask for advices or to ask for permission. He's sort of going to assert his dominion in whatever he does in his life. And I think that for the first time this year, it feels like it's going to be a year of a lot of important conversations for Taemin. Taemin is going to lay literally the cards on the table, and he's going to be like, okay, this is my issue with you, or this is what I want, or this is what I don't want. So he's going to take the lead in very uncomfortable conversations, but somehow he's going to put people in their places because he's so tired of people trying to limit his potential. I think that there's people that probably they mean well because probably they worry for Taemin, and they're like, you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't go there, because what if something happens to you? We sort of don't want you to have an episode like you had 3 years ago. So this person could be someone that is worried about Taemin, that is worried about him, and he's like, don't be like that, don't do that. But Taemin also trying to assert his own dominion and to also speak up and put into words his own desires. It's like, I want to do this my way. My way. So yeah, like, I'm not asking you for permission. I'm just letting you know I'm going to do it. So, yeah, and also I think that he's like walking away from people in situations that they just don't change. They just don't change. They remain the same and they don't change. And he's like, I'm tired of waiting for you guys to change. So if you don't change your vision, and if you want to sustain something that is no longer helping you, like, I'm sort of walking away from you. I'm walking away. Like, I think that he sees a lot of people trying to convince him, or not convince him, but probably he sees people that they have this speech that is like, oh no, that when you have these people that you have this friend that they had been in a long-term relationship with someone that is super toxic, that is not good for them, but they always go back to that person and they always sustain the same bond and they never separate, they always come back or they always make up. So it's like, for him, it's like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear how bad it was for you in there, because you are not putting an end to this. You are stuck. You are remaining in a place or remaining in a situation that is no good for you, that is not going to give you anything new. You are not going to get better results. You are going to be stuck in there, but you refuse to leave. But I'm not caring anymore. It's like, do you want to talk about it? Great, yeah, I will listen. But I'm not going to get emotionally involved in whatever happens to you. Because you're not going to change. You are stuck in a situation that has no prospect of changing or transforming into something else. It's the tower reverse is always going to be like this. It's not going to give you a different result. So I'm somehow tired of hearing you complain and you don't do anything to end the situation. You are in there still. So I'm removing myself from the drama. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry that you're having a hard time or that there's some people bothering you. It's your decision to stay in there, not me. So yeah, I guess when we talk, I guess I will show that I'm listening, but I'm no longer emotionally invested in your issues. Go and work on them yourself. So I see him like detaching himself and being like, I already told you what I think about this. He is his own independent person now. He has a very clear vision of what he wants to do. And he doesn't want to sustain connections that are sort of poisoned. It's like, you come to me, you complain about things that you know that they're not going to change. Why? He's super sharp. I think that if you go this year, if you go to Taemin to ask him for an advice, he's going to tell you like it is. He's going to tell you like it is. Because he's like, I'm tired of being understanding. Like, I'm actually feeling like I'm seeing things clearly this year. This is what I'm seeing. And if you cannot see it, like, okay. But he's like, for things that don't change, I just move on. I move on. I don't stay in there. I don't want to be miserable. And also he got the card of fulfillment, 10 of Cups. So for him, it's like a new era of a lot of emotional fulfillment. And I think that the emotional fulfillment, it has to do with him learning to walk away from situations that don't work or for people that don't want to change. He's like, I was able to walk away from that toxicity. I took the lead. I was like, I'm going. I made the decision. It's your decision and your responsibility if you want to stay in there. But I'm looking for my emotional fulfillment. I want to be happy. So yeah, it's going to be, and also the 8 of Wands in here also, fast news. Probably he's also going to be working very, very soon on something. I don't know, maybe you guys know if Taemin is going to release some solo music soon. But yeah, he's also like, you're going to hear about his next projects. He's not wasting time. He's not wasting time. He's working, he's moving, his energy is moving, and he's looking for his happiness. he wants to be okay with himself. He wants to be like, okay, I feel good about myself. I feel proud. Emotionally, I feel no guilt. I feel no trauma anymore. I feel free. Like, just, yeah, if a cancer is done, it's done. Yeah. He's super done. Super, super. But also he's like, the King of Swords is also someone that tell you like it is. So he's probably is going to be super honest and very cold and detached. Like, yeah, like you ask him and he will tell you. Like, he's not the sweet, lovey, not anymore. Not anymore. Like, I'm not saying like he's not going to be cute. And of course, I'm not talking about him as a performer. I'm talking as him as an individual, as a man. He's like, I'm tired of having this conversation with these people that they come to me for advice or they come to me to sort of let me know all their issues. They throw everything on me. I try to understand them. I try to be a friend. But at the end, I know that they're not going to change. They're not looking to change. They just want to complain. And I'm tired of listening to the same drama over and over. Some things are not going to change. So you have to change. Yeah. He's like, I see it. He took off a veil of his eyes. He's like, now I see everything clearly. Now I see it. And I no longer feel the guilt. I no longer I feel so light. But yeah, it was also a very like heavy journey for him to get to this very righteous and very rational part of himself. It took him a lot of months, I would say, to him get into this very detached energy. But he has it in him. He has that part. He can be detached if he wanted to. He has Gemini placements. He has like more, he is a double Cancer, yeah, but he has Gemini placements. So, especially when it has to do with his artistic self. So he's changing. He's like becoming more sharp, more mercurial. He's having no mercy. Because it's like, yeah, it's cute to stay in the Cancer, energy of like, yeah, everyone loves me, I'm the baby. Yeah, but now in the position that I'm in right now, he needs to step up like this King of Swords, sort of like putting boundaries and letting people know that, okay, like if you want to come to me, if you want to come to my house, if you want to come to the place where I am, please bring good vibes. Like if you come with some unresolved issues, the same complaining, like blah, 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 I don't want it. I don't want it. Okay, I'm going to continue with 17 Wonwoo. He's working on something with a woman. Could it be? Okay, we have the Two of Swords for Wonwoo, the Strength card, Three of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. And we have, from the other deck, we have the Page of Swords, Curiosity. So yeah, I see one working in a like he's working with someone. I see a female in here. He's working with someone. I think that initially he also was very doubtful. He also was like, do I do this? Do I not do this? Is this good for me? The fans are going to like it. But yeah, in the middle we have the Three of Pentacles. So for Wonwoo, I see a lot of projects that it has to do with associations. Like probably I don't see him working alone. Probably it has to do that is him and two others or him and someone else. Like I see a lot of like, well, I know he's part of a unit, so maybe it has to do with that. But also in here, I see that he's very close with a female, with a woman. So I wonder who this woman is. Or this woman is putting the money. I don't know, she's putting the money maybe. But yeah, it's going to be very successful actually. It's going to be very successful. I think that, yeah, this year with the Page of Swords is a year of a lot of mental expansion for Wonwoo. I think that he is someone that he has so much potential, but sometimes he limits himself or he restricts herself. He thinks like, oh no, no one is going to like what I have to offer, or I don't think that this is good enough. So the Page of Swords is like, be more curious. Go where no one is going. Just go there. Go there. Like be more like he's so smart here. He's so like he has so much ideas, or he is, I think that his ideas flow when he's with someone else. Like there's something about them maybe exchanging their point of view, and it's like he gets possessed in creativity. So I wonder why he restricts his curiosity or his intelligence so much. I think he has the potential of just being greater or just doing so much more. The money is here. The money is here. If he wants to work on some new collaborations, even this year, I know that probably this year he already, and I know that he and others probably they already launched something. 17 also launched something, I believe. But there's like more potential for him. I think that there's more work for him. And he's already working on this. This is not something that is going to be on the way of producing. He's already working on this. So could it be a 17 comeback? But I see a woman. I see a woman that is interested in him. It's like that she has the means. Either she has the idea or she has the means. Yeah. Yeah, this woman is sort of rushing the project also. Is someone that is like, let's go. Let's do this, let's do this, let's do this now. It has to be now. Hurry, hurry. A lot of swords, because I think that he's a very doubtful person. I think that he doubts himself a lot. He's great. Once he unleashes the beast of creativity, he's amazing. He's such a creator. But I think that he's so... I don't see Wonwoo as being someone that is immature. Actually, we have him here represented by this King of Swords. So definitely he's not a child. He's a very strong, independent man with strong ideas. But probably for him to tell them or to put them into actions, it's like a whole process where he's like very shy about it, or maybe he's like, yeah, I sort of had an idea, but he doesn't want to show it. He doesn't want to expose what he knows or what he can do. And he restricts himself like this. I think that he's a bit shy. He's a bit shy. This is why I see this woman sort of being like, I don't know, it could be like a sort of friend or a producer or someone being like, you know, you've done great. You should show this to others. Because I feel like he has so much potential, but he's super introvert. He's such an introvert that is so like you have to sort of push him to. It's like, come on, say it. Like tell others your idea. Come on, you have it. And I wouldn't be surprised if actually his ideas were put to a news before for the group. I don't know about 17 and you know who produces, who doesn't, but I think that since he got a lot of source, I think that he has a lot of ideas. He's a very intelligent man. So I wouldn't be surprised if his ideas actually were used somehow, but he doesn't get the credit of it, or he just doesn't want the credit because he doesn't feel like he's worth it. There's something about him sort of sabotaging himself because he doesn't think that it's worth it. So he should work on his self-esteem as well. Because he has the potential and he shouldn't let others use his potential or his ideas. Because I see someone very close to him whispering in his ear, sort of like, yeah, pushing him to do it, but at the same time, you know, like, what if this person wants a part of what you do or wants to take advantage of this? It's like he should be able to be much more assertive on his own instead of having people to push him to do something, you know, because you never know who is around you and what they want, what their real intentions are, you know, but definitely he's super talented. And this year is going to be very busy for him. Very busy. It's going to be super popular. Okay, I'm going to continue with this 50-50 member, Keena. Is that how it's pronounced? Keena? Okay. I believe it's my first time reading for her. But yeah, let's do this. Yeah, she's in hiatus at the moment. I mean, she's been told to lay low, to hush. Yeah. Yeah, she's going to have a comeback at some point. Not now, I don't see like now, but yeah, there's going to be a new beginning for her. Definitely very prosperous. Where, you know, she got the magician, so, you know, here is as creation. So definitely she's going to be the main character. This is what she wanted. I think, and also I believe that she has the potential. She has the potential to be a one-woman show. She has the potential. But yeah, we start with the Three of Cups and the Two of Swords. Yeah, definitely. The Two of Swords also came up a lot today. And I think that it has to do with her having to make a decision. I think that she had the potential maybe to celebrate with the others something. But instead of staying and celebrating and being like, yeah, we made it, something like this, she decided just to go for the unknown or to go for the road or to make a decision that not everyone was making. You know, she chosen another different path. You know, she chosen a different road. Everyone were together over here celebrating, and she was like, yeah, I think I gotta go over here. You know, like, yeah. But yeah, at the moment we have the Four of Swords, so I say a hiatus, but I think that it's just a moment to, you know, rest her mind, She probably is getting ready. This is not like, there's no work for her, but I think that definitely mentally she needs to rest a bit, to connect with her potential and to connect with what she's going to, this new era that she's going to enter. So she needs to take care of herself here. She needs to take care of herself here. Because probably, I don't know if maybe online or maybe, like always, people commenting, a lot of people talking. So I think that she needs silence at this point to come back stronger. But yeah, definitely see a man. This could be the CEO, the company, a very influential man. This man is going to put a lot of money on her. A lot of money. And it's also going to give her a lot of strength, a lot of stability, a lot of power. I think that this man is going to put all the money for her. Like all the glamorous things, everything that she needs, she's going to get it. I think that this man is like, okay, you are my personal project. For you, I'm going to invest everything I have. For you to be great. For you to be the leader. So I see her very stable. I see her very stable. I see that potentially no one is going to move her from her position. She's going to start very, with a lot of confidence. Probably she already has a fandom, or she already has people rooting for her, because I see stability. I see her very strong. I see her she's ready. She's ready. She's going to come back stronger. Definitely. But the support of this very wealthy and influential person, you're going to see it. You're going to see it. They're going to put all the money they have on her. But yeah, with the magician, she's going to charm everyone. Because she's creating. The magician is also working with what you have. And if she has the stability, or if she has the means, she's going to use them. She's going to go back to work. She wants to go back to work. She wants to keep her energy and her talents moving. She doesn't want to stay yeah, I had a glory, or we celebrated something, but now what? She's also thinking about her value as an artist. She probably is thinking about her own stability. I think that for her, stability is a lot. It means a lot. And when I see this King of Pentacles and I see this Emperor, I get very heavy masculine vibes. So this could be the CEO, or this could be a father figure. I think that the men in her life are very influential. They sort of dictate her life for her. I think that I could sort of see her also being a bit, I don't want to say masculine, but I think that she is okay with following instructions, or just having a very strict father or coach or leader. She doesn't break. She's used to having to deal with responsibilities, with guidelines. She's very tough, adaptable, I would say. But also I think that she's looking for the validation of this man. So I wonder if it's like her father, or the CEO that she considers like a father, something about, being a bit manipulative with her, being like, oh, you have to follow our legacy because, we trust you. So I think that is very interesting, because in here we have the Three of Cups. We start with the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups is the girls. Is the feminine, the group of feminine that maybe represents the other members. All for one and one for all. And in this, I see a lot of men running her career. A lot of male energy. So I wonder if she is like this very devoted daughter or devoted, she sort of follows what the man in her life tells her. Not just because they have the money, but I think that it's because of maybe tradition, maybe she was raised to be like this. But yeah, they impose themselves on her. It's like, okay, you do what we tell you. So, I see it. Like, I could see the CEO and the father, like, both of them convincing her. Being like, you're making your best decision. You are the smartest of them all. But the reality is that she has potential. She has potential and she has the supporters. So she's going to do great. She's going to do great. And I'm seeing that she's going to get paid, that she's going to, she's not going to suffer or she's not going to be like scammed or anything. It's just that I see the influence of men in here, sort of being like, and these are older men, these are men that they could be her father, like a father. Yeah. And I think that she sort of emulates their energy. She also becomes like a masculine figure. Because I think that also the magician, I think that also she probably is someone that she has like I said, she has like a woman solo material, like the magician, her standing on her own and entertaining. So she's sort of used to also standing on her own. It's like being individualistic for her is like, yeah, I can do it. I can go out there and shine on my own. I can do it. I can take the responsibility. I can do it. Yeah. She's super talented. I think that her, I think that she's going to stand out of the others at some point, but it has to do with maybe her experience, like what she went through. So definitely she's different from the others. Yes, it's not like, oh, it's super tiny, but yeah, if you compare it with the other one, there's a difference. Yeah. 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 The magnet thing. Okay. I'm going to continue with the actor Ji Changwook. Ji Changwook. Ji Changwook. Wow, a lot of, talking about magnets, a lot of pages. A lot of pages. A lot of pages. So I wonder if he's starting over in something or if he has to play someone younger than him. It could be a co-star as well. I don't know why. It gives me... Yeah, he also got the Ten of Cups, fulfillment. So it's going to be a very fulfilling year for the Changwook. Yeah, for him we start with, these are very Cancer cards. The Six of Cups, the Chariot, the Page of Swords, Four of Cups, and Page of Cups. And he got the Ten of Cups, fulfillment. So yeah, I think that this year finally he's trying to move on from an old. The Six of Cups and the Chariot is like, I don't know, maybe he worked in a project that it was very meaningful and people actually associate him a lot with this, and he's sort of wanting to move on. He probably wants to have a new image, or he wants to work in something that is very different from what he had done before. The Chariot and the Six of Cups, I can sort of see him being like, I sort of want to leave my past behind. Like, yeah, I'm super nostalgic. I'm super thankful to everything I went through, but at the same time, I want to advance. I probably want to study something new, or I want to do something new. Yeah. And the Page of Swords in the middle, yeah, I think that he's working on something, but it's like the beginning stages. It's like the beginning stages. With the Page of Swords, I see him like just feel, maybe this project is a bit much more aggressive than others, but I think that he feels like an amateur. He feels like, oh, this is new. This is something that I haven't done before. Feels a bit like on the defensive, like not so confident. I actually see him very small. I don't know why. I feel him so small. Like maybe in his confidence, he's like, this that I'm doing is super challenging. I don't know if maybe he has to learn a lot of things, or there's a lot of stunts, or just something that he's like, okay, I'm adapting, but this is super new. This is super new for me. I kind of feel like a fish out of the water. But yeah, we have the Four of Cups and we have the Page of Cups. So if this project gets released this year, there could be a bit of people just not being sure about it at the beginning. But then with the Page of Cups, I can sort of see people like at the end, they will love it. At the end, they will love it. Definitely. Definitely. He will get the love at the end. But I think that probably people are like, oh, and I don't know, I think that it's not about him. I think that probably there could be that this project has a lot of delays, so people get a bit annoyed at it. They are like, wow, when is it going to come out? Like, you said this time, and actually, like, you said this time, but, we waited and it didn't happen. So I sort of also, I see him also a bit annoyed. I see that he, unconsciously, he's also a bit detached. He's like, this is taking so long. Like, I don't know how this is going to go. But I think that people love him very much. People just love him very much. I think that people would wait for him because he's dead charismatic. He's dead charismatic. Yeah, I think that it's very challenging for him. But it's challenging because there's a lot of, it seems like they advance a little and they go back. They advance, they go back. So he feels a bit like, I'm not that excited, but at the same time, I put so much on myself that I have to care at the end. But yeah, he's going to do very well. He's going to do very well. It feels like he's going to wake, once this is over and released, he's going to wake up of this very long nap because he's a bit numb emotionally. I don't know, maybe the role is a bit, okay. The champion cards today. Yeah, okay. The Three of Cups. The Three of Cups. So celebration. So see, it's going to be emotionally fulfilling for him at the end. See, at the end, with all the waiting will be worth it. He's going to celebrate. But yeah, it's very uncomfortable in the middle. I think that whatever he's going through is super uncomfortable. But yeah, he has the Ten of Cups also, super emotional. It says fulfillment. So this year is going to be very fulfilling for him. He probably is going to get very emotional, just feeling the love of people. I don't know, has he been gone for a while? Because it feels like he's like feeling super emotional by the support of others. Maybe he hasn't felt that acceptance for a while, so he feels super emotional. Super emotional. But yeah, I get that the process is so tiring. The process is so tiring. Like mentally, physically, like he's putting a lot of himself, like a lot of patience, you know. And also because I don't see pentacles. So I think that probably the project is not that stable. So that's why maybe it drives him a bit crazy, how it has no stability. You know, you never know how your schedule is going to go. You never know when they're going to change locations. You never know when they're going to change your lines. So he has to be always very pendant and very open to receive new information because it's so messy. Okay, guys, today was fun. It was super fun. It was short readings, but it was super fun. So yeah, maybe before Wednesday, I'm going to try to do, once I look for all the names of this dating show, I'm going to do a video to pull one card for each to see how they're going to do in this show before the third episode airs. I believe they said that it's going to have 6 episodes, so it's not going to be that long. So yeah, let's see what they have available. I know there's people that love the show, so like maybe let's see what the outcome is going to be. I don't know about compatibilities. Like I wouldn't want to pull like, okay, who is going to end up with who, because like it's so complex about these shows because since some of them are scripted, I think that using the tarot to sort of being like, oh, he is going to end up with her, and like we don't know if this is already arranged, and I don't know, there's some fake data in there, or actually like it's not, none of them have these birth dates or these like even their names, like we don't know, you know, maybe it's all like made up already, or there's a script. So I don't want to pull like, but yeah, let's see how they're going to, their energies in the show, if they're going to survive the show, if they're going to do well, or if they're going to sort of fade a bit. So yeah. Yeah. Uh, mm, yeah. I was so annoyed by the carpooling. I was so annoyed. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, maybe pulling the cars, I can be like, but yeah, let's see. Let's have fun with the tarot. Let's see what my tarot says about them. About them, that they are the tarot masters. So yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to go because it's super cold in here. But yeah, have a lovely weekend. And I'll see you on Wednesday. Okay, thank you.